guys, excuse my hair, I just got out of the shower. But I thought it would be a really cool idea to do a little get ready with me while talking about my pregnancy and how it's been. It feels so weird saying that out loud. Yeah, I posted on Friday, I believe. Today is Monday, and I posted it on social media that I was pregnant, and I was not expecting at all receiving all of that support and love that I received. I feel like I'm gonna cry because I'm such a crybaby now. But I was not expecting that many people to be interested in my life and just be happy for me. The fact that I'm pregnant. My heart is beating so fast, but I feel so happy that everybody finally knows, because it was such a hard secret to keep. Obviously my family knew, and so did my closest friends, but it was just so hard to not say it out loud, or especially while recording, because there was so many things I could have said that could maybe show that I was pregnant, such as saying that I was craving something, which is such a normal thing for me, because even before I got pregnant I was always craving stuff. But yeah, it was just, it feels so weird, you guys. I'm still like in disbelief. And then this morning I actually was, since I did switch phones back to the old one I had, I actually was watching some videos that I had on my camera roll, and one of them was a pregnancy test that I took back in May of last year. And I was so sure that at that time I was pregnant, just because I would love to post this video, but it feels very, very personal to me, so I don't think it's a good idea to share that. But basically the summary of it all was just me saying that I had a feeling that I was pregnant back then. I had ordered a test on Amazon, and I feel like I'm gonna cry again, because just watching it was just very emotional for me. But I thought I was pregnant back then. I was 8 days late. All these things that I was so sure that I was pregnant. I was on my way to work that day, and the song Do It Again by Elevation Worship, I think it is, came up, and it was just a moment where, you know, when you listen to a song and you know the words, but one day it just it speaks to you. So that basically happened to me, because that was one of my favorite songs, and that day specifically I remember the Lord reminding me that for him nothing was impossible, and to just trust the process, because he will never let us down. And so I just started praying and telling the Lord all these things of how I was feeling on my way to work. So I was driving, basically crying on the road, and I came home the next day. I think I had the day off that day, and I had placed an order on Amazon for a pregnancy test, and so it got delivered, and it got delivered around 6 p.m. So by 7 p.m. I took the test, and obviously it came out negative, but my reaction towards it, I was very heartbroken, just because I was expecting to be pregnant then, and I wanted a baby so badly even then, and it just didn't happen. So I was watching it today, now being pregnant, and reminding, or more than anything, seeing myself back then, how devastated I was. And just basically, it was just a funny moment, because I literally was watching myself now to back then. That happened in May. I got pregnant in December of that same year, so 6 months after. And I was watching myself, and it was so funny, because I was literally telling my old self, you're not gonna believe what happens in a couple of months, because I literally got pregnant a couple months afterwards. So it was just so crazy. And it just comes to prove that God has everything under control, and his timing is always perfect, even if we don't understand it a lot of the time. But yeah, anyway, back to my pregnancy now. I am so grateful. I didn't think this day would come this soon, and I'm so glad it did. I mean, it did take some time, but it was when I least expected it. Never in my mind did it cross that I was pregnant when I took the test, and I couldn't believe that. It didn't feel real to me that I was pregnant without even knowing it. And so many other things happened, but I think I'm gonna do a better video about this sitting down, or perhaps in this video. But my husband just got home from work, so I'm gonna finish brushing my hair, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay, so literally like 2 seconds passed by. I already brushed my hair somewhat, but yeah. So like I was saying, it was just, I don't even know where I was at. How did it happen, or how did I know that I was pregnant? So yeah, one day at work, I used to work with my husband, and I was just feeling, like I said, I was just feeling very, very tired, to the point that I had no energy, not even to eat, just because I was just like, I wanted to sleep. And that's how it started, basically. And then one day, I just got very bad chest pain, not chest pain, boob pain, and I got a little bit worried because I had never felt like that before. So I told my husband, I was like, I think I need to take a pregnancy test. Not because I thought I was pregnant, but I just wanted to get that out of the way, that if I was, or if I wasn't, then it was something that I had to worry about, because, you know, breast pain a lot of the time can mean something bad, at least from what I know. So I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't pregnant, or that I was pregnant. That way I could take a look and see what was going on with me, with my body. So my husband and I went to the store. We got a pregnancy test, and I had it home for the whole night. I wasn't really interested in taking it in some way, just because of past experiences. But Sunday morning, the day after, which was January 3rd, I decided to take the test. I woke up very early. It was like around 9 in the morning. We have church on Sundays, so we try our best to like sleep in, get all the rest that we didn't get it throughout the week. So that's what happened. I wasn't gonna take the test, but something was just like, just take it. Get that out of your head, get that out of the way. That way you could already know. So I went pee, and I took it, and I was not expecting it. I just decided to grab the camera because it was something that I was used to doing, just in case it happened. Then I had an idea of my reaction, like how it all went down. So yeah, I took the test. I started praying before, and I was like, just telling the Lord, you know that, like, I hope it is, just because I've been waiting so long, and, you know, I didn't want to be let down again. I feel like I'm gonna cry again. Anyway, so I just didn't want to be let down, and why is my face so red? I didn't want to be let down, and I just started praying, and I was like, Lord, if it's not your will, then protect my heart. I don't want to get hurt. So once I started praying, I think it was the 2 minutes passed, or I don't even think it was the 2 minutes. I think I just stopped praying and I checked, and as soon as I grabbed it, it said pregnant, and I couldn't believe it, because it was something that deep down I wanted it to happen, but it was not something I was expecting. So when I saw it, I kind of like froze. I was in disbelief, just because out of all the pregnancy tests, that has never come out true. So yeah, and I was joking to my husband because the last time that I got a false positive, right away I told my husband, we're pregnant. And I went to the doctor, they told me it was a false positive. And I was just like, well, I guess this is just another opportunity for me to find a better way to tell you. And that was what kept me going in some way, because I was like, the Lord is giving me another opportunity to tell my husband in a better way, not just blurt it out or come and tell him right away. So that day I took the test. My husband was still sleeping and I was just in disbelief still, and right away I came to wake him up and I was like, we're pregnant, it says I'm pregnant. And he was half asleep. He was just like, okay, and like his mind was not there. So I was like, baby, we're pregnant. And then that's when he woke up, and then he just like he captured what I was saying. So yeah, definitely I was just like, oh my god, I messed it up once again. But I didn't really care this time because it was just such an emotion that I was feeling that I wanted to share with him right away. That's how that day went. And it was just so hard not to like yell it out to everyone, because I had church like a couple hours later and already knowing I was pregnant. It was just hard not to tell my husband's family, since I see them all the time there and at their house and everything. It's just very hard to not tell them. So previously to that, I feel like the Lord was preparing me and like giving me hints here and there, because I remember so like vividly, like if it was yesterday, one of the nights I dreamed that I had a baby girl and that I was holding her, and then that I was looking for her because someone had like given me a different baby. So I was looking for her like under the table because she already was crawling. I just woke up and it felt so real. Mind you, this was all before I found out I was pregnant. So it was just that emotion that I was just like, I wish it was true. And that was one of the dreams. And then my sister-in-law told me like 2 days after that she had a dream that she was holding a baby girl and that she had lost the baby and that she was trying to look for it, literally almost identical to my dream. And so I was just like, that's weird, like somebody must be pregnant. I thought it was her. I never thought it was me, but it was just weird how that happened. And then my husband has a nephew and a niece, and so they love coming with us home, or they like driving with us. So one day we got to take care of them for like the day, and we went to Home Depot that day because my husband had to get some things. And the lady, the cashier, she gave them like these little tool sets like in a little baggie, and he told my husband's oldest nephew, saying like, oh, make sure that you help your little sister out, that way it's not too much trouble for your mom and dad. And she looked at us, and I was like, we didn't say anything, but afterwards we just laughed because we're like, oh, she thought that we were your parents. And it was just like so funny how everything happened. And later that day, once we saw my sister-in-law, their parents, I told them the story, and then she's like, well, the Lord's preparing you for when you have yours. And so I was like, yeah, later on in the future. I was always like in that mindset that it wasn't gonna happen soon. And there was so many moments like that, where it was just like, oh, when your parents, or oh, this dream, or oh, when you have kids you're gonna understand, or oh, all these things. And so I was just like, yeah. And then when I found out I was pregnant, all those memories came into my mind. I told my husband, I was like, the Lord is very funny. Like, he was literally hinting at me the whole entire time, and I didn't even know. Like, I was basically, like, in a way, just trying to tell myself, yeah, like, the Lord can do it, but it's not gonna be anytime soon. And it makes me very emotional, because it just reminds me how we are as human beings, that we tell the Lord we trust in His timing, but deep down it's very hard for us to do that, and we try to like put it off. Like our words don't match our actions and our beliefs. So oh my god, I'm such a crybaby. So that's how it happened. And I'm currently 4 months now. I just turned 15 weeks yesterday. I turned a new week every Sunday. So it just feels very, it feels so funny now that I think about it, because I found out I was pregnant on a Sunday, and every Sunday is when I turn a new week. So every Sunday it just feels like a new beginning, and it's just very, very exciting. It makes me feel so hopeful. So yeah, I did want to mention that previously to me getting pregnant, I had a lot of doubts. The devil would put all these thoughts in my head telling me that I could possibly not have kids, that I could maybe not be able to have kids. All of these negative things that slowly you start to believe them, but you, like for me, when I'm like all over the place but I want to put all this in a video just because, for my sake, so I can remember all of this. But when we used to live in Colorado, there was a day that I was praying in the altar, and I vividly remember being in the altar, and I saw like this clear image where I could see my kids. I had two. I could see my kids already being like in the age of 15, 16, around that age. And I was, in that moment, I could see how they were struggling, that the devil was trying to like attack them. And I remember that day that I had never prayed like this ever in my life. That I was praying for, basically for someone that I didn't know. So, like with so much strength, with so much, just, I don't even know the words. But I was praying for them so hard and telling the Lord, like, in Jesus' name, the devil cannot get close to my kids. And, you know, with that power that the Lord had put in me, and so I had that whole image in my head. And when the devil would try to attack me with those negative thoughts, the doubts of me not being able to have kids, it would be like the Lord reminding me of that image. And that was how I was keeping strong, because I was like, Lord, if you gave me that image, it's because you're gonna allow me to have kids. Like, it doesn't matter the time, but I know for sure that you're gonna give me my kids one way or another. And the devil tried really, really hard to make me feel like I couldn't have kids, because I was off the pill for 2 years. And you know, when they say if you miss a day, you can get pregnant. So with me, when I got off of it, I was like, I'm gonna get pregnant pretty soon. But it didn't go like that. So it was just something that I was struggling with very, very much. And to the point that one day I was like telling my husband, I think we should go see a doctor and see if there's a way that we can get pregnant. My husband was just like, that's not the way to go, that the Lord has everything under control. And I would get very frustrated, because deep down I knew that was true, but the human in me just wanted to have a baby already and feel like I could actually have a baby. Now that I'm pregnant, it's just a clear, like, I'm able to see that the Lord truly has the final word in everything. That even if the devil tries to tell us otherwise, the one who has the final word is the Lord. So I'm so thankful. And you know, if you're struggling right now to get pregnant, just know that the Lord has made your body capable of having a baby. If He says that we will be able to reproduce, it's because He knows that we're able to. So Don't let the devil put those things in your head. I know it's not easy. I know it's not. It's hard to say don't believe it because I was there. But just trust his timing and just trust that the Lord knows what he's doing. Even if sometimes the answer is no at the time. I was telling my kids from Sunday school, telling them that when the Lord says no, it means that he knows what's best for us, just like our parents. But eventually we will receive what we want. But it's all in his timing, whenever he thinks we're ready. So just be hopeful and don't give up. Just keep praying. Your blessing is almost coming. It's closer than you could ever think, and it's when you least expect it. Truly, I've been able to see it not just with my pregnancy but with my marriage as well, that I was in such a difficult time in my life, relationship wise, and I ended up with someone who I least expected it at the time. I least expected it, and just how everything turned out, it was all unexpected. So the Lord just comes and proves me once again that it's not in our time but it's his time. If you guys have any other questions, or if you guys wanted me to do a different video, I don't know, about anything, you guys just let me know. I feel so happy that I'm able to tell you guys and show it here now that I'm pregnant, such as not hiding that pillow anymore because it was such a struggle. If you guys want to see anything in particular, let me know. If you want to keep up with my pregnancy or anything related to my life, go ahead and follow me on Instagram. This is my account, which is right there. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and do that. I'm so happy. Like, I'm still in disbelief in some way because it doesn't feel real, and it felt a little bit more real sharing it on Instagram and Facebook, just because now everybody knows. But it's crazy. So yeah, I'm 4 months old. I'm 4 months pregnant today. I believe that in a couple of weeks I'll be able to know the gender of my baby, so that's very exciting because that means I get to buy stuff. So I'm super excited for that. So yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and end this week's video here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope that you guys stay safe, and I hope that you keep trusting in the Lord's timing. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Bye guys.